Hi, I'm Greg Howlett, and I'm talking today about a product that I happen to know a lot about. It's called BarleyGreen. This product is the first product that I ever sold when I started selling these kind of products about 24 years ago. I will disclose up front that I have no financial interest in this product anymore. I don't sell it anymore. You'll probably figure out why as we go through this short little video. But this was the first product I ever sold. I sold it probably 10 years, maybe a little more than 10 years. At the time, it was distributed by a different company. But this product's been around since the early 80s, and really, I don't think has changed very much. It certainly hasn't changed in terms of ingredients over the past 40 years. This was a sort of what I call it, a pioneer in a particular category. We've talked about several products into this category. This is the original green superfood type of product. It is essentially made out of barley grass that is juiced and then spray dried into a powder. And if you are interested, the difference between this particular product and others on the market that are similar is this product is only barley. Now, there's other products that are only barley or only wheat or whatever as well, but really the trend has been over the past few years to, rather than have just a product of one ingredient, there's a wide variety of ingredients in these kind of products. For example, AG1, the most popular product in this category, has, I don't know, probably 10 different green food ingredients: wheatgrass, barley, alfalfa, chlorella, spirulina, broccoli, spinach, and so on. The idea with that is essentially this: if your body wants a wide range of nutrition, your body really doesn't want to just eat barley, right? It wants a wide range of nutrients, and the only way you do that really is with a wide range of food. So I personally think it's a good thing to see products moving more in that direction, whether they're using a wide spectrum of ingredients. This one did not. This is purely barley. The idea behind it, if you ask the founder, who's dead now, but if you did ask the founder, he would have told you, I went out and searched for the most dense, most nutritious food on earth, and I stuck with that. In other words, if you think about it, as soon as you start putting in inferior ingredients, you're weakening the product. So why would you do that? From his perspective, let's find the most nutritious ingredient in the world, and we're going to do purely that in the product, and therefore we're going to have the most powerful product in the world. Again, there's a little flaw in that, and it comes down to this idea of wide range of nutrition versus a narrow range of nutrition. It's a different philosophy. But again, that was his thinking, and there's a lot of other products on the market, or have been, that have sort of fallen in his footsteps. Now, let's talk about this the same way I talk about all products of this kind. We're going to talk about 4 different factors: the taste, the label, the manufacturing, and then the value. And we'll start with taste. This is not a good tasting product by any means. There's no attempt made to make this taste good. And you might say, Greg, who cares? I'm taking it for my health. I'm not taking it as a social drink or something like that. And that's a good point. However, I will tell you that if you're going to take this, keep a stiff back. You're not going to like it. If you can get it down with a juice or fruit or something, that would probably be the best way to do it. But overall, this is not a product where there's been made any attempt really made to make it taste good. I'm not going to say it's the worst on the market, but it's going to taste just like grass, and that's all she wrote. It's not going to be something that you enjoy. I won't say anything else about the taste because, again, that is really not the biggest issue here. In terms of the label, though, this is where, in my opinion, this kind of product falls apart. And I'm going to show you the label up close on the screen. This is a fairly weak label. The top of the label is nutritional claims. In other words, what kind of nutrition can be guaranteed to be in the product. And if you look at it, there's really not much there. There's vitamin A, 20% of the recommended daily value. There's a little bit of calcium, a little bit of iron, sodium, magnesium, potassium, and iodine. Overall, pretty weak. Now, I've talked about this a lot of times, and I don't necessarily like repeating myself, but I never know who's watching the video versus other videos I've watched. So I want to repeat just a second and explain why a quote-unquote superfood has such a weak label. You would expect a superfood to have a great label. The reason you see this on these natural products a lot is because the manufacturers can't guarantee that all the raw ingredients meet certain thresholds for all these nutrients. Raw ingredients, natural ingredients that are grown in fields and so on, are going to have a different nutritional profile based on the growing conditions in the soil and the water and all that. And so it's very, very hard to make very specific nutritional claims on a label. That being said, the premium products in this category do. AG1 has a label that looks like a multivitamin. How do you do that? You do that by putting a big focus on testing and sourcing raw ingredients and manufacturing at a certain level. In other words, what I'm saying is this: if you're looking for a clue about the manufacturing here and the overall quality of the product, the label really does tell you quite a bit. It's a big deal to me. It's a big deal. Now, again, just because it's not on the label doesn't mean it's not in the product. The product is actually considerably better than the label, but there is a problem in my mind that the manufacturer can't guarantee things, which tells me that not as much attention is being put into, again, raw ingredient sourcing, manufacturing, and testing. So that's sort of a big deal to me. The label, the bottom of the label is a list of ingredients, and in this case, the ingredients are very, very few. Again, this is just BarleyGreen, barley grass powder. It also has kelp and maltodextrin and brown rice. Maltodextrin, brown rice, and kelp are the only other three ingredients, as I recall. And yeah, that's it. You might ask why. The kelp is in there supposedly for energy. There's a lot of iodine in kelp, which helps with balance the thyroid and so on. Kelp is a popular herb. Why it's in here, to be very, very honest, I don't really know. I've heard the theories on it. I've heard the marketing spin on it. But honestly, there's probably not a great reason to put kelp in this product. The other ingredients essentially act as fillers. So overall, you're basically getting just barley with a few fillers and so on. Now, let's talk about the manufacturing. So one of the things that this product claims, it claims purely organic barley. That is an okay claim. It's not bad to say a product is organic, certified organic. But there are more stronger claims that can be made, not more strong, stronger claims that can be made on products like this. For example, some of the competitors are going to say no pesticides and herbicides, which is a stronger claim. That means there's more testing being done. A lot of other products are going to have additional certifications associated with them. NSF, for example, ISO 9000, different certifications that give you a lot more confidence in how the product is actually produced. That's largely missing here. In other words, what I'm going to say is this: but when you look at the combination of the label, the guarantees that are on the label, as well as the lack of anything that inspires a lot of confidence in terms of certifications or other things regarding manufacturing quality, it's hard to really endorse the manufacturing of this product. There's nothing that screams this is premium manufacturing. And while this product has been around a long, long time, I would be a little bit skeptical about a lot of things. And here, I'll say this too. This is a market leader, but my overall impression of this product is, while it was a leader, it was a front runner in this category, it's really never adapted, and now it's way behind. And behind in terms of the label, in terms of taste, in terms of manufacturing. There's no sugar, salt, coloring, fillings, free of animal products, gluten, soy, and yeast. So they at least go to first base in terms of manufacturing, but overall, not very impressive. In terms of value, this is a 7-ounce glass jar. By the way, they make a big deal about it being a glass jar, which is expensive to do. They say that you're avoiding plastic, and that is true. I think a lot of the good products are going to avoid the plastic container that you typically would associate with cheaper products. As a matter of fact, I'm talking about this right here. I happen to have one laying on the ground from Bloom. The plastic, just the sort of cheap plastic container that you see a lot of more inexpensive. I hate to say cheap, but less expensive products kept in or sold in. The glass bottle is definitely an upgrade. However, let's not pretend like this changes a bad product into a good product. Glass bottles, or glass jar, I should say, is a upgrade, but not a big deal. 7-ounce jar. This sells for around $40. You may get it on Amazon for $32, $35 if you buy several. Is that a good deal? Not really. There are equivalent products that are twice the size. 7-ounce, for example, is roughly half the size of the AG1, which sells for $80. So $35 for half versus, you get for $80, you get twice as much powder. It's a much better product. AG1 would be a much better product. So this is not really a great value. There's other products in the market that are even cheaper that are great premium products with great manufacturing and so on. And when you look at it from that perspective, no, this really is not a great deal. Not a great value. Better options on the market. So overall, how would I rate this? On taste, I would give it a D-. Only reason why is because I have tasted worse. In terms of the label, I'm going to give it a D+. In terms of manufacturing, I'm going to give it a D+. In terms of value, a D. So this is another solid D product. And overall, I can't say that I really would recommend it.